Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a long wearing summer makeup look. So I'm going to be doing a very bronzy and warm eyeshadow look, and everything is going to be long wearing. I did shop my stash for all of my long wearing makeup that I could find. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and let's go ahead and get into it. I did wear a similar look yesterday for my sister's birthday, and my makeup lasted all day long, so I'm going to be doing something similar. So I'm going to start off with the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. This is a really good smoothing and mattifying primer. I think I've been liking this one a little bit more than the original Poreless Putty Primer because it is a thinner texture, so it just is a little bit more lightweight. And I do feel like it smooths out my skin maybe a bit more. I haven't used the original one in a while, so I don't fully remember, but I've really been liking this one. So just applying it to my T-zone. I'm also going to apply the Maybelline Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup, and I have this one in the shade 01 Light. This is technically a luminizer, but it's a little bit more subtle than other luminizers and not nearly as hydrating, so I think this one is perfect for the summer. So just applying it to the high points of my face. It does give a pearly finish, so it can look kind of like a highlighter, but I would say it's not nearly as glowy as something like the e.l.f. Halo Glow, and especially not as hydrating. So tapping that out with my mini sponge. I'm going to mix two of my favorite foundations, and one of them is actually a skin tint. So I'm going to mix the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint in the shade 118 with the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation in the shade 460. I mixed these yesterday and I thought they looked so pretty together. The Maybelline one has a natural leaning glowy finish, whereas the L'Oreal one has a matte finish, so I thought they mixed really nicely and I loved the finish on my skin. They did wear a really long time as well, so I'm going to mix those again today. So I'm going to use the Real Techniques foundation brush, and I'm just dipping directly into the foundation. So pretty much pre-blending it, and then starting in the center of my face and blending outwards. I'm also bringing it onto my ears because I do have some redness there, and down my neck. And pressing it in with my sponge. I just love that foundation combo. It looks really skin-like, but I do get plenty of coverage with it. So for concealer, I'm going to use the Haus Triclone Skin Tech Concealer, and I'm going to use shade 13. And I'm going to blend that out with my BK Beauty A506 brush. And then tapping it out with my mini sponge. I'm going to bronze up the skin with the Nars bronzing cream in the shade Laguna 02. This is one of the best cream bronzers in my opinion. I feel like I don't reach for it enough though, but there's something about this one, especially in the summer, that I always find myself reaching for. It has a really nice neutral leaning warm undertone, so not too warm, and I find that it does wear a really long time. So I'm going to blend that out with my e.l.f. Complexion Duo brush, and this one is very pigmented, so sometimes I do apply a little bit too much, just like I did right now, but the good thing is that it does blend out super easily, so it's really easy to tone it down, but I just can't get over how seamless this one is. I did apply too much, so I'm gonna take the side of the sponge where I have some foundation left over, and I'm just gonna press over it. The good thing is that once I add powder, it is gonna tone it down even more. I'm gonna set the T-zone with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in the shade Pound Cake. And I'm gonna use my Sephora Collection Powder Puff to apply that. So I'm gonna start on my under eyes. And then setting my T-zone as well. This is where I get the oiliest, so that's why I like using a powder puff to apply it. And then to set the rest of my face, I'm gonna use my Beauty Bakerie Flower Setting Powder. I don't feel like I need to use as much powder on the rest of my face as I do on my T-zone, so that's why I like to use a larger powder brush for that. For my brows, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil in the shade Cool Brown. And then to set them in place, I'm using the e.l.f. Wow Brow Gel in the shade Deep Brown. I love doing a warm bronzy eyeshadow look for summer, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. And I'm going to be using the Natasha Denona I Need a Warm palette. Even though this one isn't my favorite one in my collection, I do really like a lot of the mattes in here, and I felt like the undertones would be perfect for this look. I also want to get more use out of it because, again, it's not my favorite, so I don't reach for it that much. So I'm going to use mostly mattes in here. I don't know that I'll use any of the shimmers, even though some of them are really pretty, but the mattes in here are what really stand out to me. And then for the lids, I'm going to use a couple of my favorite shades from the Orange Blossom Trio from Kaja. This bronzy one right here is probably my favorite one out of all of the bronzy shadows in my eyeshadow collection. I love this shadow so much. It's just the perfect bronzy glittery shade, and it just looks so beautiful on the lids. But I'm gonna go ahead and prime my lids with the Milani eyeshadow primer. I'm gonna take some of that Beauty Bakerie Flower Setting Powder and setting from the brow bone down to the crease. This is just gonna help the eyeshadows blend a little easier. So I'm going to start off with the shades Mellow and Ripe. I'm going to mix those and I'm going to start applying them on the outer corner. So I'm going to start pressing it on the outer corner first, and then I'll drag it into the crease. I've been preferring this technique lately instead of just going directly into the crease. I find that it's just a little more flattering on my eyelids. So building it up a bit more. I'm going to deepen up the outer corner with the shade Pep. And then this one I'm not dragging all the way into the crease, so I'm just bringing it in about halfway. I'm also going to take the shade Crucial from the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 3 palette. I feel like this one is going to go really nice on the outer corner because I do want to deepen it up more, but I don't want it to look too warm. So taking a smaller brush, this is the Morphe M456, I'm going to press that onto the outer corner. And then taking that BK Beauty N13 brush, I'm going to blend out the crease. For the lower lash line, I'm going to mix Mellow and Ripe. And then deepening up the outer half with Pep. And then I'm also taking Crucial from the Patrick Ta palette and also placing that on the outer corner. And then lightly blending it out. Alright, so now that I've applied all of those matte shades, I'm going to take this bronzy shimmery shade and I'm going to tap that on with my finger. This bronzy shade is just so pretty. I love all the little flecks of glitter in there. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and swatch the other two shades. That way you can see what all three of these look like next to each other. And you really don't need to apply as many matte shades as I did, but I just love gradually building up several different matte shades and with different undertones. But you could really just apply a powder bronzer in the crease and then apply one of the shimmer shades on the lids. And it is a super easy eye look, but I'm just a little bit extra and I always like applying several matte shades. So here are all three shades from the Beauty Bento. I love how you get three completely different shades. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that bronze shade. So pressing that onto the center of the lids. And then I'm gonna keep tapping it towards the inner and outer corners. And then just in the center, I'm gonna take some of that lightest shade. I was gonna apply the middle shade, but I feel like this one is gonna complement the look better. So tapping a little bit of that on with my finger. It's pretty subtle, but it does add a little more dimension to the look. And then taking my fluffy blending brush and blending out the edges. I'm also gonna line my upper lash line with the shade Fervor from the I Need a Warm palette. And I'm gonna stamp that on my upper lash line. And then to highlight the inner corners, I'm going to take the Nabla Skin Glazing Glass Skin Finish Glow Powder in the shade Amnesia. I know I already applied the Nars bronzing cream, but I did lose a little bit of pigment, especially once I set with powder, so I always like applying some sort of powder bronzer over top. So I'm going to apply the Maybelline City Bronzer in the shade 200. This one is not completely matte. It does have a bit of a shimmer running through it. So applying that right over top of that Nars bronzing cream. I've been loving the Rare Beauty Matte Bouncy Blush. This one is such a pretty shade as well. I have this one in the shade Worth, which is a warm rosy shade, which I think is going to complement the warm tones on the lids pretty well. I might go over it with a glowy blush as well, but I'm going to start off with this one. And I'm going to use this Rare Beauty blush brush. I don't know the exact name of it, but this one is really nice for applying this formula. So I'm going to pack that on the brush, and then I'm going to pre-blend it on the back of my hand, just so I don't get too much pigment right away. I have gone overboard with this blush, so I'm just trying to be careful and pressing that onto my cheeks. But this formula is so nice because it's a bit blurring on the skin. It does have a matte finish after all, so I think it's really flattering, especially during the summer. And this shade is so pretty. Yeah, it always looks so seamless on the skin. I'm gonna build it up a little bit more. I feel like this shade makes me look a little bit sunburned, which I really like. I really want to pick up the shade Hope, which is more of a pinky mauvey shade, I'm pretty sure. I am on a no-buy right now, so I was thinking of getting it for my birthday. I'm also going to top that with this Pat McGrath blush, and this is in the shade Desert Orchid, which does have a glowy finish, so I want to apply this one over top of the Rare Beauty one. I did wear this blush combo yesterday and I loved how it looked. This one has a bit of a gold sheen, so I don't feel like I need a highlighter. And then tapping over that with my large fluffy powder brush, I just want to make it look a little more seamless. And just in case I didn't blend perfectly in some areas, this always does the trick. I am going to apply some mascara, but I'm going to wait until the very end, until after I've applied my setting sprays. But for lip liner, I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty Traced Out Lip Pencils. And I'm going to start by lining my lips with the shade Rubber Bands. I don't love how quickly these dry down. For that reason, they're not my favorite, but I really like the shades and I have been trying to get more use out of them. So I'm going to take the shade Rubber Bands first. So I'm going to quickly blend that out before it dries down completely. And then I'm going to take the shade Peanut Butter and fill in the rest of my lips. I love how these two shades look together, especially using the shade Peanut Butter as more of a lipstick. So I'm going to top it with a lip gloss, or maybe a lip oil actually. I'm kind of torn between using the Milani Fruit Fetish in the shade Honey Fig and the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip from the Pokemon collection. This one is in the shade Firestone. So I don't know which one to use. I feel like this one from Milani might be a little bit too warm for what I'm going for, but it is going to be more comfortable. And then this ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip, this one has some really pretty gold shimmer in it. Okay, I'm going to apply the ColourPop lip gloss. I do remember this one being pretty sheer. Ooh, okay, that is super pretty. It does look sheer, but with a bunch of gold glitter in it. And because those lip liners are extremely matte, adding something like a lip gloss over top of that, it does make it feel more comfortable and it does bring some more hydration to the lips. But I'm gonna go ahead and set everything in place with my favorite setting spray combo. I'm gonna start off with the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray, and then adding the One Size Until Dawn Mattifying Waterproof Setting Spray over top. I do have to hold my breath when I apply this. It doesn't have a bad scent. I do think it smells pretty good, but it can be intense. I think it's just because it's an aerosol spray. But I really want to try the SPF one that they just came out with recently. I don't have any SPF setting sprays, so I'm really curious to try that one. Maybe that's something else that I'll treat myself for my birthday, or maybe I'll ask for it. So let me know if you've tried it and if you like it. My only concern is that it might sting my eyes because my eyes are very sensitive, so that's the only thing I'm really worried about. So let me know if you've tried it and how you feel about it. And then finally for mascara, I'm gonna apply the Clio Kill Lash Superproof Mascara in Volume Curling. And then for my bottom lashes, I'm gonna apply the L'Oreal Voluminous Waterproof in the shade Black Brown. I'm also tightlining with the Milani Stay Put Eyeliner in the shade Semi Sweet. And then for the waterline, I'm gonna apply the Il Makiage by Kathleen Lights liner, and I'm not sure what shade this one is in. It's a bronzy liner shade, but I don't see the name on the liner anywhere. So applying that to my lower waterline. I think this one is dried out actually, because it's not wanting to show up on my waterline. Yeah, I think I have to toss this one out because it's barely showing up and I don't have any other bronzy liners. So I'm gonna have to get one once I'm done with my no buy. All right, so here is the completed makeup look. I know I love warm bronzy makeup looks all throughout the year, but there's something about doing them during this time of year that I especially love them. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and found it helpful. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.